4 teams remain in the tournament, and 2 today will look to punch their ticket into Championship Sunday. Game 1 on the day will be the Maryville Saints, who took a 4-2 win last night over Northwestern, against a Kansas team who took a commanding 10-1 win over the Washington University Bears. Hello and welcome to the second round of the MACHA Conference Tournament. Gabe Daniel alongside Ryan Cartman, as it's 2 teams looking to, again, make their way into Championship Sunday. Getting set here to face off. The starters for Kansas, same as it's been the last few games. Tyler Nelson at center with Caleb Dusso and Griffin Barker at his wing. Back at the blue line, it'll be number 19, Blake Hearn, with number 22, Zach Roberts. And in net, it'll be number 30, Mitch Miles, on his farewell tour. The senior goaltender. As the puck is dropped, we are underway, and a quick shot there by number 4, Nathan Meek. Sent away by Miles, and in the corner, Zach Roberts will have it. Roberts will get it across to Hearn. He was in the left corner. He'll try to get a headman pass, intending it for Barker, but it goes a little too far. So an icing here, just about 21 seconds in.
Well, Gabe, thanks for welcoming me on the broadcast. And yeah, this is playoff hockey. This is where names can be etched, Gabe, in Jayhawk history right here, Kansas Jayhawk hockey history. And I want to talk more about this game once we get to our next whistle.
So the faceoff quickly sent over to Dusso, and he's going to have it here on the left side. As it's thrown to the corner, Dusso picks it back up, trying to rifle it around, finding someone in the slot, but Maryville's going to take it away as it's passed over. And here comes Fry. As it's back behind the net, Miles trying to play it across, and Roberts will wrap it around now. It's going to be held in by number 6. That was Leahy, who had a great game yesterday against Northwestern, but the pass intended for him taken away by Feeney. Feeney will wrap it in, and racing after it's going to be Siddons. Siddons got the puck over to Bowler. Bowler trying to throw it in. Tipped up front, so it's thrown to the corner. Feeney quick on it. And man, that second line for Kansas just coming out red hot, full of energy here early on. In the neutral zone, it'll be Luke Nessa with it, trying to find it up over to Feeney. Taken by Siddons as it's thrown to the corner, and now Feeney will chase after it. Nessa pinching himself against the boards, holds it in. Board, a shot save made, and the rebound picked up by Feeney in the right corner. As it's a battle for it, Kansas gets it up over to Breyer. Now Breyer fans on the shot, hit a man up front. The puck squeaks out of the zone, but will be backhanded the other way by Nessa, and a quick change for the Jayhawks.
Gabe, you're right. That second line was on fire to start. It's fun watching George Bowler now on that second line for KU as we get an offsides here against the Saints. Bowler is a small guy, fast, brings a new sense of energy to that second line with Luke Nessa going back on the defensive end, which I really like, coming from head coach of the Jayhawks, Andy McConnell. When we look at these teams, I think the key to the game is a turnover battle. Maryville, their 2 goals they gave up. Their goalie, Ochensky, did really great last game. Maryville just on some ugly turnovers, gave a fast break for a Northwestern goal, and then a goal in their own D zone because of a turnover in their own D zone.
So a great breakup there by Walsh as he stopped a pass in the slot as it's sent back the other way. The Jayhawks racing after it, and not fast enough as it'll be an icing.
Yeah, again, we look at Maryville. I mean, their top point scorer, Lucas McMillan, with 19 on the year, coming on 13 goals and 6 assists. Watching him in warm-ups, really fun. What I really like about him is how he trails the puck. He'll follow the play. He doesn't give up on the play. He'll still follow it, and you got to watch him on rebounds. That's where he does most of his damage.
So right off the hop in, Maryville gets on the board, and it looked like that might have been number 19.
Yeah, Gabe, I think you're right. I think that's number 19, D'Angelo Farrar, there on that goal. Right over the high blocker side of Mitch Miles. Not much time off of a face-off to see that one. Again, lots of traffic in front of you on the face-off if you're the goalie, in this case, Mitch Miles. Those are always the toughest ones to give up because that puck can go anywhere off a face-off. Ends up right on the hands of Farrar, and we got a 1-0 game. KU got to bounce back here strong.
So the face-off controlled by Kansas quickly turned over, and a bank pass intended for Barker goes a little too far as it's over to Hearn. Got it to Barker, who found it to Nelson, and he'll race after it in the corner. Picked up by Nelson below the goal line. He's going to button hook around. Didn't like what he saw as he still has it, trying to pass it up front of the slot. Barker on the doorstep took the shot, but it's blocked up front.
Gabe, it's really fun to watch Tyler Nelson make plays. We know he had a hat trick yesterday, but he doesn't only score, he can also assist as well. And watching him behind the net, try to create plays for his fellow guys on the first line, Barker and Dussault, was fun to watch.
As it's over to Dussault. Dussault trying to enter the zone, tipped in. Sorry, stumbling over myself a little bit there. Either way, it's going to be Holub trying to backhand it out of the zone. Back over to Roberts. Now Roberts with it to Hearn. Passing it up over to Dussault on the left. And it's going to be a shot there by McCarthy. Missing the net. So Breyer cross over to Zadakis, and Zadakis has to race after it. It's going to get to Byer first. Now Byer back behind the net. Nessa able to hold the line as he's just going to toss it back into that corner. Playing it around, Meade able to provide some pressure. Breyer held the line, however, too many Saints there, forces that one. Maryville had to get back onside. That allows Zadakis to pick it up. A bank pass over to Meade. That sends it to the corner, and that'll get a quick change for Kansas. The headman pass intercepted by Feeney. He sent it back the other way. It's going to come all the way back. And a nice hit there along the boards by Bullard. Siddons backhands it in, a shot up front, and Bullard tried to tip it in on the doorstep, and the Jayhawks have to regroup as it's in the neutral zone. Now Schubert off the board, sends it in. Maryville sending it back the other way. Schubert with it again. So he walks it in, throws one right to the glove of number 1, Tyler Montgomery, and we get a stoppage here with 15:39 to go.
Gabe, just about 4.5 minutes into this game or so, seeing a lot of stuff with Maryville entering Kansas' zone by the neutral zone. Seeing a really aggressive Maryville entering the zone, and it's been going to be a battle in that neutral zone.
So is it sent back around the other way? Back over to Walsh. Walsh tries the headman pass up to Bullard. He's able to get it into the zone, as it'll be sent around the other way. Thrown in. Miles will leave it for Schubert. As it's going to be picked up by Siddons. Siddons on the right side, he'll swing towards center. Now on the left, Siddons try to make a move around one man. Got knocked off the puck. And then Schubert will dump it back the other way. That gets a change going for the Jayhawks. So Gerber back behind the net, disrupting that a little bit. Forcing some uncomfortable plays by the Saints. So Maryville tried a headman pass, but it goes right to the tape of Zach Roberts. Cross to Van Heerden. The headman intended for Gerber, interrupted there by Meek as he just threw it into the zone. And then racing right after that puck was Grau. And an icing on Kansas here with 14:25 left to go.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Maryville very aggressive, entering in on the offensive zone of the Jayhawks, doing a great job with that, keeping pressure on the forecheck and making sure it's not an easy puck battle win for the Jayhawks.
So a pass right on the doorstep, broken up there. So great defensive work there by Kansas as it's going to be up over to Gerber, and he's going to turn on the Jets. He has it on the right side. He'll stop, curling, backhand shot up into the air. Montgomery, the rebound, they score! And it's number 9, Lance Medina, tying the game at 1 with 14:09 left to go.
Gabe, it's his third line again for the Jayhawks, doing their thing. Jack Gerber with the goal yesterday. Hey, why not? Let's add another one for him. His 9th goal of the year, 15th point on the season. Jayhawks doing a really good job getting in front of Omachinsky, causing a lot of chaos in front of his net. Jack Gerber able to bank it on doorstep. We got a brand new ball game, folks.
So the face-off controlled by Kansas. Here's Nessa. He gets it up over to Barker. Barker shoots one. Blockered away there by Montgomery. Holding the line was Nessa, so it's back over to Nelson. Nelson just drawing around with it, looking for a play. Across to Nessa. Nessa shoots, kicked away. Montgomery kicks a loose rebound, and the Saints get it as they're trying to saucer it out. Nessa got it right back. He'll get it across over to Breyer, and he'll walk it up. Breyer will just rim that one around the boards, and it's going to be met there by Duso. However, the puck is tipped up and out of play, and that'll bring the stoppage with 13:29 left to go.
Yeah, I want to correct myself there. I kept saying Noah Baczynski. That was the goalie yesterday in their game against Northwestern. Looks like today they changed to Tyler Montgomery. Watching Montgomery in warm-ups, really good on his glove hand side. Maryville in warm-ups was particularly shooting on his glove hand side, and expect the Jayhawks to try to maybe look more to his blocker side, which they did there on that goal by Jack Gerber.
So tripping up as he made a pass. Either way, the Saints have it in their own end. And a great hustle there by Nessa. Kept the puck into the zone. Now Meade throwing it to the corners. Adake is trying to help him out. It's wrapped the other way. So now it'll be Fry trying to get it out of the zone. As it's chipped in. Coming out to play it, there was Montgomery. Backhands it to the other corner. The headman pass knocked down by the Jayhawks. So some great work here from that fourth line for Kansas. As there's a shot right to the chest of Miles, and a whistle here with 12:37 left to go.
And that was the most dangerous man on the ice there for Maryville, streaking down the left side, right side to Mitch Miles. Lucas McMillan, who got that shot in on him. He was really dangerous yesterday. Again, saw him baking a rebound. Mitch Miles got to be able to keep those rebounds to limit Maryville's scoring opportunities. Great job by Mitch to do that there.
So a shot tipped up, and it just goes to the corner. It looked like it was close to getting to that netting. Either way, it doesn't. Now here's Bullard picking up the loose puck. He's shaking off a hit there. Feeney was able to almost chop that puck in front of him, but we get a hand pass here on the Saints.
Face off going to go into Maryville's D zone on the right side of Montgomery. Big opportunity here for the Jayhawks as they have the second line they got out right there. Again, a lot of production through lines 1 through 3 yesterday, definitely, and that's a really big thing for the Jayhawks. That's what you need in these playoffs, production and depth through all your lines. That's what the Jayhawks got.
So the face-off sent back over to Hearn right off the hop. He'll take a shot, misses the net, and will wrap around the boards. The headman pass now as it's Hollip. He's able to get it into the zone, but Roberts almost able to backhand it out. A nice little poke check there. And then Siddons gets knocked down. Shot blocked up front. And then here comes Siddons. Got up right away. And now on the right wing, he has it. He's going to walk in. He throws up a shot on the rebound. Kansas can't put it home. It's loose up front. And it looked like the net got knocked off there. So a little bit of excitement there. Kansas had a great chance. However, we'll get a whistle here with 11:55 left to go.
Yeah, ugly turnover there for Maryville, allowing a 3-on-2 breakaway odd-man rush for the Jayhawks. But nice job for them to get in on the back check and pressure those forwards of the Jayhawks.
So off the glass, it's dumped in, and quickly joining the rush. That was number 17, a pass over to Fry. Now picked up in the corner by Medina. So he's trying to backhand it up as it's sent out. Now Fantoni will get it. Fantoni using the boards there, wraps it all the way around as it's picked up by Byer along the boards. The Saints come out with it as Byer try to pass it back the other way. Schubert try to tip it back. As it's going to be McCarthy with it, dropping it back. A nice poke here by Kansas. A shot by Byer up front. And a great net front battle as Miles able to kick it away. Medina diving down to backhand it out. And Walsh will use the boards to clear it. And it's going to be over to Nelson. Now Nelson with speed. He's going to swing in on the left side, dodging one man. Still with the puck, threw it right to the slot. And the Saints get a stick on it. But holding the line there was Breyer. Threw it to the far corner where Gerber will pick it up. As Gerber trying to send it back. And now it'll be McMillan for the Saints. And the Saints will go ahead and ice the puck, bringing us to a pause with 10:34 left to go.
Gabe, I think watching halfway through this first period, Jack Gerber's playing with probably the most confidence he's played with all year, staying out there on the shift with Tyler Nelson from the first line. He probably had a minute and a half shift there, so if I had to guess, he's going after the puck. He's aggressive. He's getting in front of Mitch Miles as well, trying to knock pucks away. Great shift there by Jack Gerber.
So unable to hold the line there was Breyer, so the puck will come out to the neutral zone. Nelson tried a toe drag move, poked off of it there by Beyer, and the headman pass up over to Dusso. Dusso will rim it around the boards, gets it right over to Breyer. Breyer down under the goal line, battling for the puck. He's able to take it away from McCarthy until he's met there by Grau. So over to Nelson, who is at the top of the point. Nelson just walking around, shoots one, save made by Montgomery with 9:59 to go here.
Gabe, that whole sequence right there was due to an ugly line change by Maryville. Just unfortunate timing for them. Travis Breyer able to get into that deep corner because Ben Beyer was coming off the ice. Nobody was there to get in deep corner, so Breyer was able to easily rim it around the boards and cause some chaos for Montgomery.
So around the corner, Feeney able to poke the puck away. However, Maryville getting it right back, and that's going to be Talkman just dumping it in. It'll be picked up there by Grau. Over to Talkman. Talkman. And it looks like Siddon's interrupting a little pass there. So Maryville trying to go to work behind the goal line, and it's going to be gloved out of the air by Feeney and played right down, and he's going to enter the zone with it. Feeney shoots, missing the net there. And now Siddons providing some pressure on Grau as he has it. A shot blockered away by Miles. As it's going to be back up over to Feeney. He was able to get the pass off over to Siddons as he lost an edge there. And now Siddons just curling in, shoots, and it looked like it hit a man up front. And the Saints try to send it in. And there's a huge hit in front of the bench by Brett Siddons right there. However, it'll be number 7. That's going to be Colin Johnson walking it in. Johnson poked off the puck there by Dusso. Stick lift and all, it'll get the puck over to Hearn. Hearn got it to Siddons as he fell down. He was able to send it out of the zone, and it's going to be over to Dusso. Now Dusso on the puck for Kansas. He's able to throw it to the corner. It'll wrap around the boards. And picking that up for the Saints is going to be Johnson. Dusso stole it up front, a shot missing the net there. And on the wraparound chance, it's sent up over to Hearn. The Saints get it out of the zone, but Roberts picking it right back up at center ice. Nelson able to ensure that it goes over to Roberts. Roberts leaving it back for Nelson. Nelson with it again. He's able to shake off the hit, got it out of the zone, and it's going to be up over to Dusso. A great battle along the boards. Try to find it up over to Barker, and it's stripped the other way. So Meek will loft it in right to the glove of Miles. Threw it behind where Walsh will pick it up. Now Walsh. Around the boards to Barker it'll go, and he's able to lay a reverse hit there on number 8. That's Sam Bumer. And Walsh try to chop it out, hit a man, so Meek will hold it in. So Barker got it out of the zone. That'll get a partial change for the Jayhawks going. Dump back in. Walsh across to Hearn. Hearn looking for Mead, who is just at center ice. As it's walked in, a shot kicked away by Miles. Thrown to the corner by Walsh. He's hit off the puck there by Holub. Holub backhand shot, and a great stick there by Zach Schubert. And Schubert has it. He's going to wrap it around to Zadakis. Zadakis trying to get it out, and it'll be Carney. Carney gets upended at center ice. Took one a little bit up high. He's just going to gather his stick and get right back up into the play. A shot, save made by Miles, and Walsh making sure that second chance opportunity can't happen. Miles, another kick save. Carney with it, banked off the boards and out of the zone it'll go. And an icing on Kansas with 6:48 left to go.
Gabe, was that a necessary breaker? What, a few minutes of nonstop hockey. One first bring up that hit on Paul Carney there. Looked a little bit up high to me. Looks like the Maryville player launched himself up high on Paul Carney. Could have been a charging call there maybe. But either way, Mitch Miles right now playing great post-to-post action. Puck behind the net. He's keeping his eye on the puck. Got a really good eye for the puck, we know, and he's playing great post-to-post. Jayhawks getting their sticks in there on D, like you said, Zach Schubert. And these Jayhawk forwards are really playing physical right now, and I love the physicality they're playing with. Brett Siddons at around the 9-minute mark or so had a great shift, pushing his body weight around and making these Saints feel his presence.
And there was a penalty after that whistle. I believe it was on Keegan Hollub for kind of like a little unnecessary hit he had. Either way, it'll be a Kansas power play here with about 6 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. And the Jayhawks control it off the face-off. It'll be Dusso from his own net beginning play. So crossed over to Siddons, who will bring it in on the right side. He'll cut towards the deep slot, trying to drop it back to the guy who was supposed to be a bumper for that power play unit. Either way, it's going to be Grau trying to pass it on the back door. No one was there, so that'll allow the Jayhawks for a chance here. Dusso trying to get a cross-ice pass. Montgomery will reach out and get on top of that one. So just about 37 seconds into that power play, we get a whistle.
Yeah, I love the power play unit out here right now. All forwards, it looks like to me, really going offensive is Andy O'Connell and Andy McConnell, excuse me. And I don't blame him. I think you need to do that in this sort of game, in this sort of situation. Mitch Miles has shown himself to be good in these special team situations, too, the Jayhawks can draw up here.
So Dusso crossed over to Siddons. Back to Dusso once more. So he'll drop it back over to Bullard. A shot through traffic blocked up front, and the Saints will clear it down. So racing after it's going to be Bullard. Had it settled by Miles. Bullard left it for Siddons, and Siddons is knocked down. He was able to draw that one perfectly. And here comes Nelson with speed down on the right side. He'll go under the goal line now, trying to pass it around. It's touched up by Maryville, and there's a big hit here.
Well, Gabe, that's as obvious as a trip gets. Putting your stick out there right in front of John Feeney and cause him to trip over. It doesn't get any easier for a ref to make a call like that. So a big opportunity coming up now for the Jayhawks. It's going to be Tyler Nelson going into the box, it looks like. We'll see, though, if that penalty goes up on the board. Right now, we know it's for sure 5-on-3. We'll see what Tyler Nelson got after the play.
So it's going to be hold on, I'm trying to figure out here because Nelson does have a penalty and it's on the scoreboard here, but Kansas still has 5 guys out there.
And Maryville is 4. I think those are supposed to be incidental minors right there. Or no, it can't be because one of them was a tripping.
So I think Nelson ended up getting a misconduct there. So either way, here are the Jayhawks on the power play. Picking it up in the corner is going to be Bullard. So it is going to be 5-on-4, so it was incidental roughing penalties after that. So Dusso over to Bullard. His shot blocked, and here comes Maryville. It's going to be a 2-on-1, and then finally Kansas able to get back into the play in time. A shot blocked up front, and it's up into the netting and out of play. So we get a whistle here with 5:05 left to go.
Yeah, not enough guys back there for KU. Good job, though, by the Jayhawks to get a stick on that puck and send it into the netting for a puck out of play. Face-off coming to the left of Mitch Miles now, and got one last chance to drive down the ice before this power play ends with 17 seconds left. I don't think our linesman likes something Gerber said because Gerber never put a stick down. I think Gerber might have said something to the linesman that got him to get taken out of the face-off circle.
So Gerber trying to poke it out of the zone. He'll have to reach back for that puck before he skates it out. So about 5 seconds left to go on that Kansas power play. As Gerber hit off the puck, got it to Medina, and Medina tried to wrap it around the other way. Maryville back to full strength, so a successful penalty kill. And here's Medina with it. as it's wrapped around. The Saints from behind their own net send it out. Walsh forcing that one right back in. That'll get a change going for the Jayhawks. So it's going to be walked in here by Coomer. Wrapped around over to Meek. Sent up front, and it's going to be over to Meek once again. Meek drop pass there over to McMillan. McMillan shot right to the chest of Miles and held on to. And a stoppage with 3:57 left to go.
Yeah, that chance there gave up to 93. Jared Ledecky kind of just went out of the way where no Jayhawk could find him, right in front of Mitch Miles there on the doorstep. Miles there, lucky that kind of missed his shot a little bit.
So another shot right up front, kicked away by Miles. Siddons trying to get it out. And a nice pass block there by Nessa. And it's sent around. Siddons able to poke it away. Now over to Feeney. Feeney into the zone. Saved by Bullard. A shot missing the net there. On the short side, hit the side of the net. And it'll be the Saints getting it out. The backhand pass broken up there by Siddons. It's going to be walked in there by Byer. But quick on it was Travis Breyer. And it looked like Bullard got hauled down. Siddons had it, just one hand on his stick before McCarthy took it away. And now here come the Saints. On the left side, it's going to be McMillan. Drop pass over. Thrown to the corner. Breyer quickly poked off the puck. Siddons trying to use the boards to send it out. And there's McCarthy. Advance it to the corner, so Schubert's able to backhand it around the boards over to Bullard. Bullard trying to clear it out. And then Byer has it for the Saints. He'll spin around into the shot, and Miles makes a save there.
Gabe, Jayhawks doing a really good job right now of swarming the puck, especially along the boards. Again, two guys on the puck, Zach Schubert, and want to say that was Bullard teamed up to knock the puck off of McMillan earlier. Doing a really good job right now with the Jayhawks swarming the puck. Got to keep that pressure up.
And that draw quickly won back over to McCarthy. McCarthy playing it around the boards. It'll be picked up there by Grau. And a nice interception there by Duso. A cross over to Barker. Now Barker up on the right side trying to find it over to Nelson. So it was just coincidental roughing penalties. So Schubert curling it back around. Tries to backhand it up further into the play. However, Maryville takes it back. A shot right to the glove of Miles again, and a whistle with 2:09 left to go here in the first 20.
Yeah, you're right, Gabe. Just some coincidental roughing penalties there. Jayhawks right now reading the passing lanes really well in their own D zone. Maryville not able to make many cross-ice passes, and that's what you love if you're Mitch Miles. You don't want anything in the middle of the ice. You want shots going from the corners, so you keep hugging that post. And again, Miles still doing a great job moving laterally post to post.
So back to the corner, Walsh trying to wrap it around the boards to get it out, and it's going to come all the way up to Gerber, and he's on the race for it, and then coming all the way out was Montgomery as it's cranked back in by Breyer. So now the Saints have it from back behind their own net. As it's sent up over to, I think that was number 8, Sam Bumer. And the pass right on the doorstep sent away. Now Medina finds Gerber. And the Saints have to get back on side, and it's going to be an icing here on Kansas.
Gabe, it feels like whenever this third line is on the ice, that there's always some sort of breakout opportunity, at least one shift for them. Jack Gerber almost had it there, and it's fun watching Gerber go down the ice. Gerber's getting a lot of opportunities, and again, like I said earlier, he's just playing with so much confidence, so much fire, energy, passion. This means a lot to not only him, but also to this team.
Now a shot right off the faceoff. Miles quick to get on top of that. And just about 4 seconds later, we get another stoppage. So it's all the way back. Racing after it was Vitt. Off the boards, getting it up over to Byer. Left it for McMillan, a shot blocked by Roberts, and out of play it'll go.
And again, watching Zach Roberts, he's just a big man on the ice, big enforcer, not afraid to lay his body around. Same thing with his line mate on defense, Blake Hearn. Both big guys, not afraid to get in front of the puck. You see it goes off of Roberts' ankle there. Doesn't even flinch at all.
So a great poke there by Hearn as he even dove down to block that shot. As it was Byer, he was interrupting there as goes right into the netting just above us, and with 1:11 left to go, tied at 1. So Nelson won the draw right back over to Hearn, and another puck out of play, and a great catch there by number 29 Landry Gray on the bench.
Yeah, Jayhawks keep throwing these pucks out of play. They're lucky that it's hitting glass, because if not, that's easily a delay of game call right there.
So back under the goal line it goes. Hearn wrapping it around the boards. A good battle there by Duso. However, it's back to Hearn. Now Hearn walking it up, lost control of the puck. The Jayhawks got it right back as they chopped it into the zone, and now just about 45 seconds left to go. It's going to be Maryville walking it in. McMillan poked off the puck there by Roberts. He got it into the neutral zone. So Roberts will be back on it. Off the glass. Sent back into the zone. And back on it for Kansas's Duso. Duso to Roberts. Roberts try to get a headman up over to Nelson, and he's going to try to fly into the zone. It'll be picked up there by McCarthy. And sent back the other way for Vitt. Vitt off the boards, right to Breyer. Breyer sending it back over to Nelson. About 8 seconds left to go. He'll just wrap it around the boards. Going to pick it up in the corner was Duso. 3 seconds on the clock. And that'll wrap it up here for period number 1 of second round action here at the MACHA Conference Playoffs. 1-1 our score. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second period of play. Hello and welcome back for period number 2 as we're tied at 1 through the first 20 minutes of play. It was Lance Medina and D'Angelo Ferrari getting on the board for their respective teams as we're set here ready to go. As we had to wait a little bit more time for the referee to get the penalty box door closed, and now here we go. The face-off won back by Kansas, but Roberts has to chase back after it, and it's sent around, and McMillan already providing some pressure. Back over to Roberts, got it up over to Duso. Duso cross-ice to Zadakis, who's playing up with that first line now. As it's wrapped around, Hearn will chip it back into the corner. Kansas had to get back onside, so Montgomery settles it for Meek. And wrapped around to Byer. And a great poke check there by Hearn. He's able to throw it in. And Hearn with it again, able to dodge around one man. Hearn walks in, forced to the corner, and Duso able to get it. Passing it up front to Nelson, spinning around, fan on the shot. And holding the line there was Adakis. That's a great play. And Kansas looking pretty good here throughout the first minute of play. So Hearn back on it. He'll backhand it around over to Roberts. As play was behind Miles, it's Zadakis getting it up over to Nelson. Nelson coming in at the right side, a shot, and it looked like it went a little up high on Montgomery. So play will go on in the corner onto the doorstep. A wraparound shot by Feeney, grazing through the crease, and it looked like Montgomery got a stick on it as it's going to be sent up to Breyer. Breyer along the boards trying to find it down to Duso. And it's going to be iced by Maryville.
Hey, Gabe, great job by Montgomery there on our near side right here. Clearly see it hugging that post. Well, there's no way that puck was going in virtually no matter what happened. One thing Maryville did really well in that first period, I think, was crash the boards. Did really well. Didn't let the Jayhawks get many pucks in the middle of the ice on Montgomery. Jayhawks need to find a way to get that puck off the boards and in the middle of the ice, find some more good shot opportunities.
So the face-off won here by Kansas. Feeney has it in the corner, trying to play it over to Siddons, and it's going to end up going over to Johnson. So Colin Johnson got it over to Byer, found it up over to Leahy, and a battle under the goal line. As it's poked around, it looked like it was trying to go over to Siddons, and a penalty here for interference. So Kansas to the power play with 18-14 left to go. And a chance to do some damage here.
Yeah, Gabe, could have been called interference or trip there on Maryville one way or the other because the Jayhawk there. I'm pretty sure that was Siddons in that far corner over there. I think it was. Got tripped up by number 27 on Maryville. Don't have a number for 27. But either way, got tripped up. And, yeah, easy call there for interference.
So it's going to be dumped all the way back on the other side. As it's Kansas bringing it up, Brett Siddons swinging around. Siddons walking in the slot. Puck was just right ahead of him. And Bullard will have it. There's a loose stick out on the play. As it's over to Nelson now. Nelson walks it in. At the bottom of the circle, he'll find it over to Feeney behind the net. Nelson with it now. As he'll walk it up. Nelson settling it to Duso. Duso waiting patiently. Shooting blocked up front. And picking up that rebound was Meek. And a couple of sticks hit that one on its way out of the zone. And Duso will gather it at center ice.
Great job there by Meek to come into the center ice. Vitt lost his stick, went to the boards to recover it. Meek took his spot right in front of the goalie, Montgomery.
Now Siddons will try to walk it in. A shot just grazing through the crease right there, and it looked like Montgomery got a piece of it as it was Siddons helping out Feeney there. And the Saints able to get it out of the zone, but Bullard's right on it for Kansas. So Duso passing it up over to Nelson. Nelson's going to walk it in. He's going to go under the goal line, wrapping around the net, trying to pass it up on the doorstep. And a shot there by Siddons, a great look. And Nelson with it again. Nelson still has it. He'll settle it for Gerber. Gerber finds it to Duso. Duso rips one, tipped up front, going to the corner, and Medina has it now. Medina, the one that tied the game at 1 earlier in the first period for Kansas, will settle it over to Nelson. A saucer pass to Gerber, a one-time shot off the stick of Montgomery. Into the netting it goes and out of play. So some good looks on this power play for Kansas, just can't find an answer. And they have about 7 seconds left on that power play.
Yeah, Gabe, I loved watching Gerber there get up, kind of snuck in there behind Nathan Meek. Gerber playing up a little bit. And I loved watching him, got in behind Nathan Meek, almost got an open opportunity there, but Meek was able to find him at the last second.
As the faceoff won by Kansas, but Walsh couldn't hold the line, so it's going to be sent out. Shot blocked right up front, so a good job there in the zone by the Jayhawks as they're able to chip it off the glass. Got it over to Gerber, who tried to find it to Fantoni. However, it's Ledecky now for the Saints. Now Gerber able to make a move as he's going to walk into the zone. Had to wait for Kansas to get back on side, and an offsides call here with 15:55 left to go.
Yeah, I don't think Gerber saw the linesman's arm up right there, because he obviously wouldn't have touched that puck if he did see it. So just a bad error there by Gerber.
So that face-off won by the Saints here, backhanded into the neutral zone, and on it for Kansas will be Schubert. Wrapped around to Medina, trying to kick it out. As it's Walsh with it now. Walsh cross over to Schubert. Schubert looking for the head man, finds it to Medina. He's just going to bank it into the zone, and out to play it is Montgomery. Racing there is Walsh. He tried a shot, turning it aside was Montgomery. Gerber trying to poke for the rebound. Either way, it'll be picked up there by Byer, and Byer will get it across over to Fry as it's sent out of the zone. Siddons will dump it in. Thrown to the corner. Now a great poke there by Feeney. Feeney finds it to Siddons. Siddons to Feeney. Shoots, save made by Montgomery. And the puck is sent out. And racing back after it for Kansas is Roberts. Now Roberts threw it into the zone as it was tipped by Feeney past the red line, so that negates any icing call. As it's all the way back in. Cross ice over, intended for Bullard. As it's thrown in. And it looked like it might have gone out of play, so that brings us to a pause with 14:25 left to go.
Yeah, I loved watching Brett Siddons this whole game, getting down in there, getting dirty on the boards, and making life tough for the Knights, not giving them any easy opportunities along the boards, keeping pressure down there. And we know Brett is an aggressive guy who will do his fair share of chirping, but he's putting actions to his talk right now and getting physical.
So it's battle back behind the net. Kansas able to get it over to Zadakis, and Zadakis off the boards, able to get it out of the zone, but it's far enough with no icing. As it got waved off last second. Now from behind his own net, it'll be McCarthy with it. And that one will be called an icing on Maryville with 13:58 left to go.
Yeah, looking for Keegan Holub there of Maryville. Holub had a couple assists last game against Northwestern. He is a big kid. Doesn't look like the fastest guy or the most athletic guy, but really for his size, he does a great job of getting in there and causing some havoc.
So this faceoff won by the Saints. It was number 5, Elijah Briz, wrapping that one around as it's over to Holub. And around the boards it'll go. Back under the goal line, trying to find a pass up to Holub. Ends up getting against the boards where Nessa is trying to get it out. The Jayhawks send it out. Montgomery coming all the way out of his crease to play that one. And it's going to be settled back over to Nessa.
Great decision there by Montgomery. Tyler Nelson could have been in there all alone, and you don't want to face Tyler Nelson one-on-one if you're a goalie.
So here comes Nelson with it as he'll cut to the left side of the ice, under the goal line, roughed off the puck. Try to backhand pass on the doorstep. Nelson able to get it back, trying to find Duso, who was just right there. And it's sent out as the Saints will skate it in. As that's Talkman with it. Back under the goal line it goes, sent to the point, over to Johnson. Johnson tried a shot, missing the net there. And Talkman picking up the puck in that corner. As it's thrown back in, right on net, Miles made the save with 12:53 left to go.
Trying to see the Knight in there that got a stick on it, almost went 5-hole. I think that was number 6, Danny Leahy, if I'm not mistaken. Great job by Leahy to sneak in from behind the net, caught the Jayhawk defense off guard. They didn't see him at all. Great job there by Leahy being sneaky and almost got a goal there, 5-hole on Miles off the tip.
So another face-off win here by the Saints as they're going to corral that puck around, sending it to the point. Johnson from the deep side, a shot stick up front, loose in the crease, and Kansas able to get it away. As here's a backhand headman pass, caught by Gerber, played right down, and into the zone it'll go. Gerber with it, getting stick lifted and all there, and here's a penalty, and it'll be a slash on the Saints. Number 22, Devin Talkman will head off.
Gabe, I've been saying that Jack Gerber has been playing some great hockey here today, getting on a lot of breakaways. I think that might have been the second penalty he's caused this whole weekend. I think he caused another hooker slash yesterday against Wash U. But either way, Gerber playing with a lot of confidence, playing some great hockey right now. Seeing what's going on with the refs talking. Looks like we got over it, but it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for the Jayhawks as Maryville's trying to get their guys set. That's what they're trying to do. They only have 3 guys out there, so they take 1 guy off, bring 2 on.
So right off the hop, it's a shot opportunity there by Feeney. Couldn't get it on net. And Feeney comes up with it right off the battle. A good job there by Duso holding the line, finds it over to Bullard. Bullard rips right to the glove of Montgomery. And a stoppage with 12:15 left to go.
No, it's only been 12 seconds in this power play game, but big difference from the first one. Jayhawks able to pass it around way better than they were before. They're letting Maryville get way too into their passing lanes on the first power play.
So the faceoff won by Kansas again, and it's poked out of the zone, so they'll have to race back after it before it's taken away there by Coomer. Coomer tried a shot, that went up into the netting, so another whistle with 12:06 left to go.
And just I say that, of course, been a little bit of announcer's jinx there with the Maryville guy getting in there and on a sort of a little bit of a fast break.
So another win here by the Saints as it's Johnson trying to tip that one. McMillan took it now, trying to pass it up front, and a nice job there by Duso in the slot. And here comes Siddons flying down with speed as he'll get a backhand pass to Feeney, try to shot. And it looked like he might have muffed that a little bit, but Siddons picking it up anyways. Now Siddons curling around. He'll stop, he'll drop it back to Bullard. Bullard, a nice saucer back over to Siddons. Siddons across. Nelson has it now. Siddons, as he took that pass from Nelson, good chance, but it was broken up. So Duso now at the point to Bullard, to Feeney, shoots, and it just misses the net there. And now Duso has it. Nelson back to Duso. Duso through traffic, kicked away, the rebound, he scores! Number 7, Brett Siddons on the power play. And it is 2-1 Kansas.
And Gabe, whose show is it?
And it's welcome to the Siddons Show.
Welcome to the Siddons Show, baby. Pound the puck on net. Brett Siddons gets in there with the 5-hole. I was about to say, Tyler Montgomery playing great hockey there, staying out in front of his crease, playing very aggressive. I like how he played, but again, if you're the Jayhawks, if you just keep chipping away, eventually something's got to fall. And indeed there, it fell there, 5-hole for the Jayhawks. Not much Montgomery could do.
And right off the hop, Maryville getting pressured in the Kansas zone as they'll clear it all the way back. As it's going to be number 5. That was Briz with a shot there. Miles standing tall with the save. So 10:58 left to go, and we now have a lead again, as it was Brett Siddons finding a rebound just in the slot, beating the 5-hole of Montgomery, and he puts the Hawks up by 1. So the puck finds its way over to Gerber. But that's broken up there by McCarthy as it's dumped back in. Racing after that puck's going to be Schubert. And Schubert, the head man, up to Gerber, got a piece on it. Gerber still with it, hit off the puck, and he wants a call there. He's not going to get it. And now the Saints try to redirect it. Schubert held the line. Fantoni kicked the puck over to Medina. Medina threw it to the corner now, and Gerber has it. It's stripped away there by number 25, Thomas Vitt, and that'll lead a breakout here for the Saints as it's Bumert wrapping it around the boards under the goal line now as they try to settle that play down. Either way, Kansas taking it away. Gerber just playing lights out today, got it into the zone, and the Saints get it back.
Gabe, I'm usually not one to get on the refs a little bit, but that had to be an obvious penalty shot opportunity there for Gerber. The Maryville player got his stick right on the hands of Gerber. That's at least what I saw.
As it's going to be back over where Walsh will play it up. Off the boards it goes, and Sidden's almost able to intercept that one, and a stoppage here, and it looks like offsides on the Saints. So 9:44 left to go, 2-1 our score. Shots are 16-13 in favor of Maryville, but Kansas starting to get a little bit of control of this game as it's a headman pass up over to Bullard. As he's going to wait, he'll get a pass across over to Feeney as it's just played to the corner, and he'll wrap it around for Bullard. Bullard back to Feeney. Feeney will curl around the net before he'll send it back to Bullard. A one-time shot from the point. Hearn send it over the net, and a whistle will come as Montgomery was able to sort of reach around that side of the net and cover the puck up.
Yeah, again, I said before, Tyler Montgomery's been playing a really great game on that power play. He just stopped getting pounded and pounded away. His defense didn't really give him much help there of clearing out the puck from in center of him. So Tyler Montgomery, kudos, dude. You're playing a great hockey game right now as we just eclipsed the halfway point. Looks like Brett Siddons are trying to plead his case in the face-off dot. Second time today, Jayhawk's been thrown out.
So it's played around over to Johnson. Johnson off the boards, had it stripped by Siddons, as it'll be a battle along the boards now. Maryville able to clear it out, and an icing here with 9:09. So Siddons asking for an explanation on this face-off. He doesn't get kicked out this time, but it's won back over to Johnson. Quickly stripped by Siddons, got a pass up. Bullard on the doorstep. Save made by Montgomery. Puck still loose, and somehow that doesn't go in. And unable to hold the line is Roberts, and the Jayhawks will have to regroup. As it's Byer with the puck now on the other side of the ice. Try to shot there, and Bullard will pick it up now. He's able to at least push it out of the zone. Back on it's going to be Johnson, and it's sent back in. So behind the net, it'll be picked up there by Hearn. Hearn gets it up over to Bullard, and Bullard has it on the left side as it's dumped in. Montgomery will come out to play it as it was left for Meek. Meek up to Johnson. He's unable to catch that pass, and it'll go far enough to bring us another icing call here with 8:18 left to go.
Yeah, Gabe, I don't think that Colin Johnson liked me saying that Maryville wasn't getting in front of the net, because immediately there on that insane sequence we had in front of Montgomery, that last shot attempt, he blocked it because that thing was going in, and Colin Johnson, didn't get his stick down. So great job there by Maryville to swarm the Jayhawks in front of the net.
So another defensive zone face-off win here by the Saints. Zadakis had it at his feet, and the Saints able to get that one out as it's Johnson with it now. Johnson walks it in, shoots, and a blocker save made by Miles. As it was Zadakis trying to clear it out. It'll find its way over to Dusso. And Dusso trying to chop at it, held in by Johnson. And the Jayhawks still unable to get it out. McCarthy will bank it off the boards to get it into the corner. On the doorstep, it was Grau with it. And finally, the Jayhawks will have a chance to skate it out as it's passed up over to Nelson. He's going to enter the zone. Nelson dropping it back. Dusso a shot, hit the stick of Montgomery. Back behind the net. Zadakis knew where it was right away. And it's going to be held in by Nelson as he intercepted a pass in the slot. Trying to play it to the corner, and it'll be sent out. And it's going to travel. No icing. So Nessa will pick it up. He'll stop behind his own net before trying to pass it around. and it's sent up and out near center ice before Maryville dumps it back in. So right back onto the tape of Nessa it goes as Maryville has it under the goal line. A shot right up front, took a weird bounce. Miles turned it aside, and it'll squeak out of the zone, no icing. Montgomery will come out to play it. Kansas will utilize this for a partial line change, and it's thrown back in. The headman pass, it was intended for Nelson, as Breyer has it once more. A great job there by Nelson intercepting that pass. Nelson across Gerber, dropped it back to Dacus, got knocked down. And here come the Saints as it's Holub with it. Holub shoots in a glove save made by Miles, bringing us to a delay with 6:33 left to go.
Okay, but never gets old hearing you say Mitch Miles was under glove save. He is a glove hand larcenist. He is a glove hand larcenist. Really great with that glove hand, and it's really hard to get anything past him on that glove hand side. Of course, first goal came on his blocker side that he gave up.
So another face-off win here by the Saints. The Jayhawks able to get it over to Gerber, and he's going to try to fly down the ice with speed. Pressured off the puck there by Holub, and Holub will take it away, and Gerber will just head right to the bench to get a change, and Feeney's going to jump out there for him. So Holub walking in, shoots, hits loose, and Medina's able to backhand it down, and it'll go far enough for an icing.
Yeah, it's not a rebound opportunity to see Miles give up too much. It went right in between his left elbow and the left side of his upper body there, and just squeaked right past him. Big opportunity there right on the doorstep for a Maryville Knight, but the Jayhawks doing a good job keeping the Knights away from that puck. So that one right there on the Jayhawks defense, as looks like something of a medical note might be going on the Jayhawks bench, as Maryville's trainer just walked over to the bench, but we don't want to speculate what exactly happened.
So the face-off controlled by Kansas as they cleared it out right away. Maryville getting it right back and dumping it in. As it's going to be a whistle here. And with 5:54 left to go.
Gabe just able to take a little peek over just to update you folks. It was Jack Gerber. Can't tell exactly what happened, but trainer's looking at him right now on the back wall. Was a little slumped over as Gerber. That's all the speculation I'm going to give is he walks off the bench.
So puck was loose up front and will be picked up by Feeney here for the Jayhawks. Feeney finds it up over to Bullard. Couldn't quite get full control of that pass. Kansas had to get back on side. And it'll be sent over to Meek. Meek crossed over. And the Saints have it now. A toe drag move there as it's Byer, a backhand shot. Miles sprawling across, able to send out one of the corner. There's a big unnecessary hit in the corner. And here comes Kansas down the other side. Maryville with the puck. And a power play for Kansas coming up. And there's another huge hit in the corner right in front of the referee, as that one was Johnson taking a late hit and a half on Walsh.
Yeah, late hit and a half is one way to put it. I would say late hit and a double right there, because there's absolutely no reason for that second hit. That first hit, I think, as it looks like Cole Walsh is going into the penalty box as well, probably as a retaliatory penalty. So the refs have a lot to sort out here, but first hit in the corner looks to be probably some sort of charging maybe. Second hit, though, that was just way after the whistle, unnecessary, and that's not hockey.
So we'll wait a little bit here to see what penalties get handed out. But the first one we saw was down in the corner where Siddons took a big hit and was able to draw that penalty, and he was able to shake it off. And it looks like he's going to stay out onto the ice for the power play. So kudos to him. He was able to shake it off and basically telling his teammates, hey, I'm good. So
yeah, I didn't see exactly who hit Siddons there, but it looks like Cole Walsh, what he was doing, whoever hit Siddons, he was pushing him around there before the whistle was blown because he didn't like it. And, I don't think that's a bad penalty for Walsh to take. You got to stand up for your teammate. You can't let that go by. And looks like it'll be a 5-on-4 power play here for the Jayhawks with incidental minors handed out to Walsh and that late hit there.
So number 17, Ben Byer, on the score clock here for a penalty. And it looks like that'll be the only one getting put up there.
Yeah, Byer, I guess, was the one who hit Siddons. And yeah, Byer's a big boy. He can lay his body weight around for sure. We saw it last game against Northwestern. So taking a hit off Ben Byer definitely does not feel too good if you're Brett Siddons.
So either way, the face-off won by Kansas as Nelson quick to the corner to get it. Over to Bullard to do so. Back over to Bullard. Bullard trying to cross it over to Nelson. Duso holding the line. And Duso is going to walk that blue line a little bit before deciding what to do. He'll pass it over to Siddons. Siddons will get it to Feeney right on that goal line. That's the play the Jayhawks really like to do. And it's going to be a great job there by Bullard, making sure Nelson's able to get that puck. Now Nelson, patient as ever, will get the puck to do so at the point. To do so once more. A shot through traffic, tipped up on the doorstep. And Maryville unable to clear it out. So Bullard again with it. To do so. Just right at that blue line. Back to Bullard again. To do so. So a little blue line passing here before they get it over to Nelson, who was just right at the hash marks. And now Nelson will walk it around in the deep slot, dropping it back to Duso. Duso thought about shooting it, tipped up front on the doorstep. Puck still loose. Nelson trying to jam it home. And the Saints able to dump it out as Duso tried to jump up and hold the puck into the zone, and Miles will come out to play it. He'll send it all the way up over to Nelson, who's able to tip it into the zone. And it's cleared all the way back here by Maryville. So Kansas, some really good looks on the power play, as it's going to be Siddons picking it up back behind the Kansas net. Now Siddons walks it in, stick lifted, and still able to play that puck over to Zadakis. However, it was Holub able to strip it away. So it's going to be dumped back down. Miles will come out to play it. He'll wrap it around the boards, trying to get it over to Nelson in time, but it looked like it was McMillan who got there first. Either way, Nelson got it back, so he'll wait behind his own net up to Zadakis. Zadakis trying to tip it. Didn't have anyone joining the rush with him, so Maryville got it back. They'll dump it down, and that'll do it for the power play for Kansas, but really good looks as the momentum is gradually starting to swing towards their way. So Nelson's going to walk it in. He'll swing to the left side. On his backhand, he'll curl around the net, trying to backhand pass up front. Do so, the shot right on the doorstep. And it looks like Montgomery was standing tall there. It'll be passed up and out over to McMillan. Left it for Ledeck. Ledeck skating it in. This will go under the goal line, trying to drop it back over to Grau. And it's going to be passed up to Gerber. He tried to get a backhand pass over to do so, but it's going to be taken by Coomer, who's going to bank it out of the zone. And here's Grau and Nessa going at it there in the corner. Ledeck trying to center it, as it's going to be battle back behind the net and a whistle here. And they'll have to fix the net as it got knocked off its moorings.
Yeah, and that's got knocked off its moorings on the side a couple times. Not as strong as the net on our side over here where Tyler Montgomery set up for Maryville. But this Maryville forecheck's finally starting to come alive here as Kansas getting pressured more off the puck in their own defensive zone. So credit to Maryville for that forecheck, and specifically Lucas McMillan causing it, the leading scorer on that team. He is a dangerous player on the ice.
So it's going to be sent back around, held in there by number 25 for the Saints. And another puck out of play here as it just went up into the netting.
Yeah, again, I think if this second period is telling us anything about what's coming for the third period, the Saints, are not going down without a fight. They are going to see this one to the very end, and man, they are playing some aggressive hockey, some great hockey right now. Kudos to them.
So another Kansas face-off win, as it's a battle back behind the net. Breyer wraps it around, got it up over to Bullard, has it at his feet, so he has to kick it back to his blade. And then Siddons lost control, so Ledeck sends it back in. It'll be Nessa crossing it to Breyer. Breyer left it for Feeney, and Feeney trying to chip it into the zone. And it's sent back to Breyer again. So Breyer now, bank pass up over to Siddons. Siddons, a backhand pass to Feeney. And here comes that second line for the Jayhawks, as it was a drop pass intended for Bullard, and the Saints able to clear it back. A minute 47 left to go here in the second period as it's up over to Feeney. Got it into the zone. Wrapped around. Siddons took it back. Siddons now deep slot shot saved by Montgomery. It's loose, and it's going to be number 23 for the Saints skating it up and out. As it's wrapped around for Schubert, and it'll be back over to Siddons. So a minute 20 left to go. Kansas dumping it away, and back on it is number 16. That's going to be Fry. Cross ice pass over to Johnson. Johnson took a hit there, and Siddons able to get the puck. Headman pass intended for Fantoni, and Nelson's going to help out with some of the pressure. Wrapping it around the net as it's going to be sent out of the zone, and now back over to Breyer. Breyer trying to get it up over to Dusso, and the stoppage here.
Puck played with the high stick there, Gay. Maryville touched it first, so indeed that will blow the play dead, and we'll have a face-off at, see where ref's going to put it. Look right in the neutral zone, or no, it's going to go actually down into Maryville's D zone, just to the left there of Montgomery. Big opportunity here for Jayhawks with just over 51 seconds left on the board.
So right off the faceoff, Nelson tossed it to the corner, and he's going to race after it back behind the net. A nice stick battle, and Nelson will come back with it as they try to drop it back. And here comes number 17. That's Byer with it. Shot blocked up front, or rather it went over the net as it hit the glass. And now 30 seconds left to go here in the period as it's going to be wrapped around, held in by Johnson. A drive from the point, kicked away by Miles on the rebound, still loose behind the net. Kansas able to wrap it around, and a stoppage here, and it looks like a penalty will be called.
Yeah, trying to see what we got. It's kind of hard to see again from down here, especially with all the bodies that are around. Or nope, again, net off its moorings. That's what it looks like. So this ice crew here at Maryville is going to have to really look at that net, because it's what's slowing the game down a ton right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard the whistle, and I looked down at the other end, saw the referee with his hand up, so I automatically assumed a penalty was going to be called, but that's not the case here. As just about 12 seconds left to go, Kansas will send it all the way down. It's going to hit the boards, and no icing as it was touched up there by Vitt right before, and that'll do it for period number 2, as Kansas will head off with a 2-1 lead. So again, some really fast-paced action and a lot of good showing from both goaltenders. But it was Brett Siddons who got Kansas that lead, the lone goal scorer that period. So we'll be back in just a little bit for the third and final period of play of Game 1 of the second round here of the MACHA Conference playoffs. Hello and welcome back for period number 3. Kansas heading back out onto the ice with a 2-1 lead after 40 minutes of play. As it's been pretty back and forth in a really good game. And it was, again, Brett Siddons just walking right into the slot, putting it past the 5-hole of Montgomery that gave Kansas that lead. And this game has also been really disciplined for the most part. You know, none of the unnecessary extracurriculars really going on after the whistles and such. So that's going to be something you kind of want to keep an eye on as the game gets later. You know, if one team gets into the desperation mode of keeping their season going and all of that fun stuff. As, again, the third period winner will head to the championship on Sunday and will play the winner of Missouri and Arkansas. That's going to be a really good game here later this evening.
Yeah, Gabe, I think when you talk about extracurriculars, I think we're going to see a lot of that game, a lot of that in our next game, Missouri and Arkansas, 2 classic rivals, as this third period now starting up. Here we go, 20 more minutes to go for the Jayhawks to punch their ticket to the championship round.
As it's Nessa holding the line, as it's going to be over to Bullard. Over to Siddons, a shot from the deep slot and a save made by Montgomery with 19:42 left to go.
Yeah, Gabe, the only extracurriculars we saw after the whistle came with about a few minutes left in that second period. That was with a late hit there in the corner and a penalty on Cole Walsh as well. Other than that, you're right, it's been super disciplined. That one KU goal for Siddons coming off the power play. The first power play for the Jayhawks was pretty porous, but you can't keep that power play down for the Jayhawks for too long.
So Kansas was starting out with their second line for this period, as it's going to be Feeney walking in, a backhand shot save made by Montgomery. Breyer now to Siddons. Siddons back to Breyer. Breyer winds up, shoots, save made by Montgomery, kicked it loose. And a penalty here on Kansas. As it's going to be interference, and it looks like it's on John Feeney.
Yeah, you're right, it's going to be on John Feeney. Didn't exactly see what happened there, though.
At least it looked like it would, yeah.
It is Feeney.
Yep, on Feeney. So interference to call. He kind of circled back like he was about to go to the face-off, but took like an extra lap before he went to the box. So either way, 19:22 left to go. Maryville on the power play.
Yeah, and Gabe, you could tell watching Feeney there, Skate Kelly didn't like the call that was on him because he kind of slumped over, but either way, big opportunity here for the Saints.
So a shot going over the net. Roberts with the stick lift back behind. Slow down that play a little bit. Here's a foot race for the puck, and it looked like getting there first were the Saints. But Nelson right there at the neutral zone, able to steal it back. As he's going to drop it back over to Dusso, moving in. Shoot, save made by Montgomery. Dusso with it still in the corner. And then it's stripped away by Johnson, and he'll pass it towards the other side.
And great job there by Tyler Nelson. Not just a goal scorer, but also a playmaker.
So McMillan, he'll advance it into the corner. Over to Lee. He lost control and isn't sent out of the zone. So 40 seconds of power play time for the Saints already sawed off. As it's going to be Nelson fighting for that puck. In the corner, he's able to send it back behind the net. Nelson took it away, and the Saints get it right back. Nelson laid a hit back behind the net, and that's going to get called. And a cross check on number 16.
Well, as soon as we say it's been a well-disciplined game, all of a sudden now, Jayhawks going down 5-on-3. See if this PK can step up. They did really good against Wash U just the other day, so big opportunity here as Kansas goes with Breyer, Nessa, and Siddons. 2 defensemen and a forward. Or I'll say a forward converted back to defenseman is Nessa.
So a timeout called here by Maryville.
Yeah, Gabe, obviously a lot of open ice now for Maryville to work with. I think right now you're just looking for your passing lanes, trying to drop where you're going to put guys. Probably going to have somebody behind the net to feed people right down in front of Mitch Miles. It's going to be the job of Nessa and Siddons to make sure to get those people off of Miles and give Miles a lot of open space here as he skates back and forth. Think about how he's ready to play this. Miles been great laterally post to post today, and it's really going to need to show here to keep Maryville off the board on a big 5-on-3 power play. It looks like we're having more problems with the moorings on the net over there. on the opposite side of Mitch Miles on Tyler Montgomery, as it's been a problem all day.
And it's specifically been that into the ice as well.
Yes. And that could come to be a problem for KU, actually, closer to the end of the game or any time. Just if that net gets knocked off with Morris before KU can get a good shot off, as long as the Maryville player doesn't purposely push it off, that could be a problem for KU, and they could waive that no goal. So, if you want to talk a little disadvantage for KU, then that's it right there. Just something that's an intangible. And we never had a problem with it either this whole weekend. It's just this game, and it'll be interesting to see how it affects the Mizzou-Arkansas game as well that we're going to be broadcasting here at 5:15.
So 18:25 left to go here, as it's a face-off win by the Saints. Crossed over to Bumer. Bumer will curl back around as he was pressured by Breyer. Bumer again in the deep slot, across to Meek. Meek under the goal line to Beyer. Bumer now shoots one through traffic on the back door. Miles making the save there, keeping it out. As here's Bumer again over to McMillan. McMillan had a circle around, and it's back over to Bumer. Bumer with it to Meek. Meek to Bumer, a shot up going high into the netting and out of play.
Mitch Miles, how do you do? Working post to post there for the Jayhawks, and a great right pad save for the Kansas goaltender. Doesn't get much better there for number 30, wearing the blue and red. Had a little problems here trying to get the puck back into play, and another puck stuck in the netting as well from earlier, looks like. But either way, Mitch Miles proven to be great there. And Luke Nessa really pushing bodies out of the way. That was Danny Leahy he was working on right in front of Mitch Miles.
So here's the face-off win by the Saints again, as it's going to be Beyer with it. As it passed up front of the doorstep, and it looked like Breyer got a stick on it here. Siddons leading the Chargers. He's just going to fly down the ice. He'll cut to the right, and he'll curl back around at about the hash marks before just pushing it to the corner. So a good job there by the Jayhawks, just sort of killing off a little bit of that time so John Feeney could get out of the box and join the race. As here's Feeney with it, as he's going to turn on the Jets, a backhand pass intended for Siddons. That's just going to go all the way back where Montgomery will play it. And here come the Saints. A nice stick lift there by Feeney. Interrupted that play just a little bit, as it's going to be Leahy going around the Kansas net, trying to pass it to the slot, and there's Feeney just reaching out to poke it out of the zone. And 30 seconds remain on the Saints power play. So Leahy again, he'll be patient with it as he tries to pass it to the point. That escapes the zone, so 20 seconds left to go.
Jayhawks penalty kill feeling itself now, right now, Gabe.
So it's going to be Beyer with it, trying to drop it back, and a nice poke there by Bullard, and a penalty drawn. And Montgomery comes out to play it, and the Kansas bench fired up more than ever, as they have 6 seconds until they're back on the power play.
Gabe, how can you not be fired up right now if you're a Kansas Jayhawks fan? Just a bad penalty taken there by Maryville, pushing this I think that was Brett Siddons, if I'm not mistaken, to the side. Interference. That puck was long gone down the ice. That puck was probably on Maryville's side of the neutral zone when Siddons got pushed. But either way, 4-on-4 for the next 6 seconds, and then Jayhawk power play.
So right off the draw, it's sent all the way back in a foot race for it, and an icing call here on Maryville. So Kansas with a really good face-off opportunity here. 1:53 left of power play time, with 16:23 left to go here in the third.
Yeah, the Saints almost beat that one out, and a great job by the Saints to try to hustle back and beat that icing. But now you got a face-off to the left of Tyler Montgomery, who's been great all game. See if you can keep it up here.
So Bullard with it right off the face-off, safely got it to Duso. Duso will get it back to Bullard, who was pressured, so he'll throw it to Feeney in the corner. Back to Bullard at the hash marks to do so in the deep slot. Finds it back to Bullard at the point. Tries a shot glove save by Montgomery. This time it comes with 16:07 left to go. So the face-off won by the Saints, quickly forced down. Miles will come out and stop the puck behind his own net, and he'll push it up for Siddons, and Siddons will curl back around. Now Siddons going up ice, fighting off the stick lift from Leahy. Siddons still has it at the left side, going under the goal line now, as he'll wrap it around to Bullard. Now Bullard at the hash marks, getting pressured. He'll throw it to Siddons in the corner, and Siddons will walk it up. Siddons waiting. He'll curl around, still with it, looking for his team to get set up as it's over to Nelson, to Feeney, and a little ill-advised pass there, comes all the way back. Miles will play it as he'll send it up, and it looks like it'll get right over to Feeney, and Feeney will just crank it into the zone as it'll be picked up by Grau. So Gerber able to hold it in, pass it over to Dusso. Dusso to Roberts. He'll wrist one, missing the net there, and Gerber's going to pick up the rebound just right about at the hash marks. And he's poked off the puck, so he'll have to get it back in the neutral zone. Now Roberts. He'll dump it in. Montgomery playing it once more. Ensured it would get to Vitt. Now Gerber has it, trying to do a drop pass there. That's intercepted, so Maryville will send it down once more. So now Walsh, behind his own net, safely will walk it up. Cross to Medina, and Medina to Roberts. So Roberts fanned on the initial pass, and there's a collision at about the neutral zone as it's over to Gerber. Thrown to the corner, around the boards it'll go, and Siddons out onto the ice. So here comes Siddons as he tries to walk his way in. Couldn't get through two defenders, but the puck will end up going back to Walsh. Now Walsh skates it up a little bit before throwing it in on net as Montgomery had to play it up front to Medina on the doorstep. A good look, but couldn't get the shot quite off as Schubert tried to kick it back into the zone, and it's sent out, and Byer will bring it in for the Saints. Byer fighting off the poke check from Medina, still has it on the backhand doorstep, and a tripping penalty here on Schubert with 13:48 to go.
Yeah, and Gabe, I think that was a necessary tripping penalty to take there, because without that, without falling over there, that could have been a goal there on Miles. But either way, watching Ben Byer this shift, you've been calling his name a lot because he's been around the puck a lot. He is not afraid to get in there. It's hard to knock him out the puck too. He's such a big kid, caused a lot of havoc for these Jayhawk players. Ben Byer been a lot of fun to watch today. As now we see if the Kansas penalty kill can step up once again.
So right off the draw, Maryville won it. Kansas able to pressure them out of the zone. So, and it looked like the signal from the referee was actually a hooking call. So still a stick infraction either way. A Maryville power play as Nessa able to boggle that puck up into the air. And here comes Nelson on the right side. Nelson still getting heavily pressured, has the puck in the corner. He'll pass it around the net there. Dusso trying to settle it on the back door. Breyer winds up airmailing that as it just goes over the net, and Nelson right to work back behind the net, just providing as much pressure on Maryville as they possibly can. As there's a big hit along the boards there by Breyer, got the puck over to Dusso. Dusso got it to Nelson, and he's going to generate some speed on the right side. So pass across, Breyer on the back door, unable to get something home, and now here comes Holub. Holub moving in on Nessa, a shot kicked away by Miles, and McMillan picking it up in the corner as it's wrapped around the boards. And it'll be picked up by Hess, playing it back the other way. Now Holub with it. Holub waiting back behind the net. He tries to center something, and it looked like getting a stick on that. Right in the slot was Dusso. Got it to Nelson. Nelson's going to curl around, chew off some time before a backhand pass over to Breyer. So Breyer with it. He's going to try to send that one all the way down, and he does, as it'll be picked up by Meek in his own end.
Great job there by Travis Breyer, closing off Rusty Hester from the left of Mitch Miles. Not much that the Saint could do behind the net there.
So that headman pass goes a little too far. It was intended for McCarthy, and that allows Roberts to clear it all the way back down. And Montgomery playing it again. Montgomery left it for teammate that passed it over to McCarthy. McCarthy pressured there by Sidden, so he has to reach back to get it. McCarthy tried the headman pass up over to Talkman. Talkman centering it, and a shot blocked up front. And Feeney got a stick on it. That left it for Hearn, and Hearn finds Bullard streaking down the ice. Bullard stops, waits, shoots, and a good shot, just not on net. It's trying to tip it up on the doorstep right there was Bullard, as he's just a Swiss Army knife out there today doing whatever he can, and man, that's a really good semester addition for the Jayhawks. As it's over to Roberts, up over to Feeney. Feeney entering the zone, trying to find it over to Bullard. And the Saints able to pressure Feeney enough where they're going to be able to skate it into the zone, as here's Vitt dropping it back to Byer. Byer shoots one, hit the side of the net. Now Byer back behind the net, pressured off the puck by Siddons, got it to Feeney. Now Feeney backhanding it around the boards over to Schubert, up to Bullard, who was able to tip it into the zone. No icing, as they didn't go far enough, and here's the headman pass. A good outlet over to Vitt as it's in the corner, and a good play there by Walsh. And the physicality starting to ramp up as Fantoni got it to Medina. Medina finds it to Walsh. Walsh will chip it in. It'll ride the boards around and then be picked up by number 23 for Maryville. Now over to Gerber to Walsh, who cranks one from the point. It was blocked up front. Walsh tried the cross-ice pass to Schubert. It went out, so the Jayhawks have to get back on side. Slowly picked up by Vitt in the corner. Cross-ice intended for number 23. As it got up, Schubert tried to send it back the other way, but it goes out of play, and we get a stoppage with 10:15 left to go.
Yeah, Mitch went out skating towards us right now. You can just see it in his eyes, the confidence that he has. He is not afraid right now to come out of his crease and play the puck. He is as far out of the crease as you could typically see a goalie, just playing the puck and making some great saves for the Jayhawks, keeping them with a 1-goal lead.
So Kansas won the faceoff to Schubert, who got it across to Walsh, who tried to throw it up the ice. As there's a muffed pass there, Johnson got it right back, lost control as Dusso is able to get it out of the zone, and we are past the halfway point of this third period. As walking it in was Johnson. Johnson tried a shot. Miles almost had it. He was able to get a piece of it, just couldn't control the full shot. And here's Adakis getting it out of the zone. At center ice, the Saints have it. They'll dump it right back in. Miles will angle that to the corner, as it's going to be Nessa up to Zadakis. Zadakis getting hit, and Kansas wanting a penalty here.
I hear what Zadakis is saying right now, and I agree with him. Zadakis really upset. We can't say probably half the stuff he said on our broadcast right now, but
and he's favoring that ankle and injury that he just came back from.
But yeah, Zadakis' numbers, though, were facing the Maryville player, and that should have been a boarding call. I mean, no way to put it, but either way, still here, even strength. Jayhawks, gotta have it.
So the face-off won by the Saints. A shot blocked up front. And here's Siddons trying to backhand it out of the zone, as it was Ledeck keeping it in. And in the corner, it'll be Hess with it. So Ledeck with it again in the corner. Nessa going in to help out Siddons. As it's over to Bullard. Bullard trying to bank it out of the zone, and he does. And it's going to be Feeney stealing it. Here comes Feeney moving in. Backhand shot save made by Montgomery, but Feeney picking up his rebound. And a penalty called here on Maryville with 9:02 left to go.
I think we might be getting a hooking call here now, just from where the ref's hands were. I didn't see the full thing. We're about to see it right now.
So
is that a hold?
It's a hooking call here.
Hook, okay.
So Kansas to the power play. They've had some good looks early on.
Yeah, Feeney there went forehand, backhand, almost undressed Montgomery all the way, but able to stay strong. And it's hard to see on the far end, but might have got a little interfered with, obviously, with a hooking call.
So it's Colin McCarthy off. So Feeney with it. He'll just wrap it around the boards. As it's going to be back under the goal line. A battle for it, and it looks like Kansas comes up with it, and they score! And it looks like it's the sit-in show, part 2. With 8:48 left to go on the power play.
Yeah, the Brett sit-in show, part 2 indeed. As looks like Tyler Nelson heading off the ice really quick to get another stick, as his broke earlier, so he's getting his secondary stick, but it was a sit-in show. Looked like he almost might have hit it off the back there of Montgomery. It looked like he was behind the crease and just hit it right off his back, but great hand-eye vision by Siddons able to get that off the back of Montgomery. Jayhawks now with a big 2-goal lead. They needed that.
So it's pressure to the corner. Hearn stealing the puck from McMillan, trying to wrap it around over to Medina. Medina able to fight it off, gets it out of the zone, and it'll go the length for an icing with 8:29 left to go.
Well, Gabe, if you're in Maryville, it's just time to start getting pucks on net on Mitch Miles. He hasn't let up too many rebounds today. Most recent one, maybe a minute and a half ago or so. It looks like he tried to catch it with his gloved hand, but went off him. So, yeah, you just got to start looking for rebounds now. So we have a little delay with another Maryville player going off, probably getting a replacement something.
So a shot blocked up front, sent to the corner. Now here's Hearn with it. Now it's Vitt. Right to the glove of Miles, and a whistle here.
And good job by Miles there going out of his crease. That puck wasn't going to hit the net. That was going to end up going behind, and it looked like there was going to be a Maryville player ready to get it to the right side of Miles. Don't know if Miles would be able to get there in time to make the save. So good decision by Miles, even though it wasn't on net, to corral that puck.
So a nice pass block there by Siddons as he was trying to find it over to Vitt. As here's Byer with it. Byer going to try to backhand that one back into the corner over to McMillan. McMillan stripped of the puck there by Siddons. Siddons getting it up over to Bullard. Bullard taken down. And now Siddons has it again. Brett Siddons up on the right side. He's going to curl back around right before entering the zone. He'll chop it in. And that's going to be picked up there by the Saints. As it's McMillan walking it in. Tries to make a move around Breyer, poked off the puck. And it's sent in. Now McMillan lost control, so Nessa has it. Nessa off the glass, able to get it out. And no icing as it was tipped there by Briz. And here come the Saints up on the left side. The shot kicked away there by Miles, as it's going to be Breyer picking up the rebound. Breyer able to get it out of the zone as it hit the skate of Holub. Sent back into the zone. Nessa now with it behind his own net. Headman pass finds it over to Duso. Duso able to just dump it into the zone, and they'll chase after it. It's picked up by number 23. He's pressured off the puck there by Fantoni. And it's going to be Fantoni up over to Duso. Duso gets a full blade on that one. The shot just sails over the net now, as it'll come back the other way. Knocked down out of the air by Duso, finding its way over to Nelson, and then Kansas lost control. Breyer able to settle that, and it's cleared out. So as it's dumped into the zone, and an icing call here on the Saints with 6:28 left to go.
Great shift here by both Kansas lines, offense or forward line and defensive line. Doing his things. You see Mitch Miles there looking into the camera. Paying homage to our broadcast. We love Mitch over here, of course. And we're going to need him for these just under these last 6.5 minutes or so. Need to make some big saves. These Maryville, they're going to be coming, and we know they can score goals.
So another face-off win by the Saints. They'll wrap this one around the boards, getting it over to Lee. Over to Holub. Holub pressured off the puck there in the corner. That escapes the zone, so the Saints have to get back on. As it's dumped into the corner. Around to Feeney. Feeney able to try and play it up. As it's going to be over to Roberts. Roberts a nice hit in the corner. Slaps it around. It's going to be over to Bullard. Now Bullard's going to move up the ice. He's just going to backhand it into the zone. That'll get a line change going for the Jayhawks, and here's Vitt picking it up. Tries the headman pass up over to Holub. Holub had to slow down a little bit before he could gather it, and it's wrapped around the boards over to Fantoni. A nice play there by Schubert. Stop that from happening. And a shot, rebound, and they score. And the Saints are back within one. So it was a great shot there by McCarthy, and it looks like Holub picked up the rebound. And it is a one-goal game with 5:31 left to go.
Yeah, Cole Walsher, I think, was on Halla. I think he just lost track of where he was. Easy put back opportunity for Halla. Now we got a one-goal game. I think Mitch might be trying to blame that on himself, saying he should have got that rebound, but really, the kick save, you can't really corral a hard shot like that. So, yeah, Walsh just, I think, left his man, made it easy for Halla. One-goal game now, Maryville right back in this.
As it's thrown to the corner, Schubert picking it up for the Jayhawks. Around over to Duso, it escapes the zone, so back on it is going to be Johnson. Johnson across to Meek as it's thrown in, glove down by Walsh, play it up over to Nelson. He's able to chip it out of the zone, and he's going to come down the ice with speed on that right side. Trying to saucer it to Duso in the slot, couldn't get full control of it. So Duso will have to pick it up along the boards near the hash marks. Held into the zone by Schubert as he tried to play it to the corner, and it'll go back around the net where the Saints will get it out. As it's a headman pass, and it's going to be over to McMillan. McMillan walking it in. He's going to go under the goal line before he's poked off the puck there by Schubert. Kansas unable to get it out of the zone until Schubert just laying his body on the line, able to get it out. Maryville had to get back on side, so Miles will settle it for Breyer. Breyer up to Duso. Duso waiting. He'll pass it, intended for Nelson. And far enough for an icing it'll go with 4:32 remaining here in the third period.
That's the last thing you want for Jayhawks right now to, ice that puck. Of course, Jayhawks luckily got their changes off before the icing was called, before that puck was sent down there. So they do have fresh legs on the ice. Looks like they're going to be rocking with their little bit of a different, nope, it is the number one line.
So this face-off tied up, and Maryville will take it away as it's going to be Hess playing it around, but Duso will get it as it was around the boards. The headman pass connects with Nelson. He gets hauled down, and somehow that one doesn't get called, and Breyer's going to have to crank it back in while Kansas gets back on side, and they'll get that needed line change, and it's going to be that second line back out there. They've done phenomenal. Feeney down on one knee, able to hold the line, as it's Bullard now holding it in, thrown in, and a penalty might be called here.
Don't think they're calling a penalty. Didn't see anybody with their arms up. But it looks like Feeney did want one called, though. He's a Maryville player, did knock his stick away. Feeney got tangled there to the ground. His stick was laying there, and a Maryville player just kicked it away to the side. Don't know, why you don't call that maybe a delay of game or something of the sorts. But either way, we play on here with just over 4 minutes to go in the MACHA semifinal game.
So 3:58 remaining as Nessa will dump it in. It's going to be sent back out there by Maryville. It'll be gathered near the neutral zone by Gerber. So Gerber's going to come down. He'll drop it back to Sidden. Sidden's dragged it around, lost control of the puck, and it's going to be picked up by Johnson. Johnson getting it over to Talkman. Talkman with a pass over to Grau, and Grau try to curl around into the shot and force it away. Now Grau with it, takes a hit from Breyer. Over to Siddons, he'll wrap it around, and it's going to escape the zone. And no icing as it's going to come all the way back. Vitt will have to pick it up. Vitt getting pressured there by Gerber, and Gerber doing a good job there, as it looked like he got a piece of it, got it away, and it's thrown up towards the point where Nelson will pick it up. He'll draw it back, sending it over to Roberts across to Hearn, and now Hearn with it. Now Roberts off the boards, trying to find it up over to Fantoni as it's dumped into the zone. Around, it'll go to Roberts. As it's sent all the way back down, and an icing, rather it got waved off by the referee.
Ref must have saw a tip by a Maryville player there.
So it's going to be Nelson dropping it back to Roberts. Roberts off the boards, finds it up over to Duso, and it's going to be the captain walking it in, makes a toe drag move under the goal line. Trying to pass it up to the slot, and racing there, unable to hold the line was Walsh, and he'll just send it back to Schubert.
like what the Jayhawks are doing right now. Just keep possession of the puck. Don't let Maryville bring out their goaltender.
And there's an offsides call here with 2:11 left to go as they try to drop it back to Nelson, who was going to lure Maryville back so he could just re-enter the zone, but a little too ahead of the play.
And obviously for KU, don't play passive. Don't try not to score a goal, but at the same time, make sure you keep that possession. Don't take too much of a risk to where you can get Maryville on an easy breakaway.
So it's dumped into the zone. Feeney will wrap it around. And Bullard's going to hold it in. Maryville try to pass it over to Byer. They get it out as it's up to Bullard. Bullard dropped it back to Feeney. Feeney's just going to chip it in. And Montgomery will come out to play it. Left it for Meek. Meek around the boards, but Siddon's got a piece of it and threw it back in. So Bullard picks it up in that far corner. Around to Siddons. As Meek will have it again. This time he tries to wrap it around over to Fry. But either way, Kansas just making sure they can't get it out. And Maryville finally got it out of the zone, but it just goes right over to Schubert. And he'll button hook around with the puck. Cross it over to Walsh. Walsh waiting. He gets the headman up to Duso, who knocked it down. And that one will be an icing with 1:11 left to go. And you see Montgomery looking towards the bench, and he's going to head off for the extra attacker.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. You want to keep possession of that puck, and that's definitely obviously not putting it back in your own offensive D zone, with the faceoff coming on left of Miles. You see Cole Walsh right here talking to Miles, giving him a pat on the back, saying, let's get it, big boy, as Jayhawks here take a timeout, trying to draw up something, knowing they are going to be outmanned 6-on-5 here for this final 1 minute and 11 seconds of our first of 2 games here on KU Hockey.
Shots are 32-26 in favor of Maryville. There's again 1:11 left to go, and then we'll wrap things up and gather our focus towards the game between Arkansas and Missouri. As that one's a highly anticipated one. 2 really good teams, and just that side of the bracket is loaded. Like, the amount of talent on that side having to play each other before they get to the championship game, it just makes you think and appreciate, the draw that you get on the other end of it.
Yeah. I mean, with Arkansas having them play Dora 3v6, I mean, Arkansas is more deserving of a top 4 seed probably with how they've been this year. But either way, we're here where we are now. We know, though, that Arkansas-Mizzou game, those are each other's biggest rivals. Well, Mizzou's KU, but they're each other's biggest SEC rivals. And, that game is going to be a brawl, to say the least. But either way here, we see Lucas McMillan taking the face-off. He's going to be on the ice for this next minute, that's to say the least.
So right off the face-off, it escapes out of the zone, so it's going to be Johnson on it. The crossover to Bumer, who threw it into the zone. Holla beaten to the puck by Breyer, and the Saints have it. Top of the point, as it's going to be over to Nessa. Nessa trying to get it out of the zone. As he has it around, he'll have to get it out of there. He'll chip it off the glass, able to send it out, and it'll be right back over to Johnson. The headman pass over to Leahy. As it's going to be over to Nelson, over to Duso. As it's going to be Duso with it for the empty net, and somehow misses it. A delayed penalty as Fantoni tries to rifle one there. The wraparound shot, and they score. And that's number 16, Tyler Nelson. And that should be the exclamation point in this one, as it is now 4-2 Kansas. As you see Mitch Miles leave the crease and celebrate with the bench there.
Okay, it almost became a disaster for the Jayhawks. Luke Nessa whipped on a puck right in front of Mitch Miles. Luckily, though, got it again, was able to send it down to set up that opportunity for the Jayhawks. And Tyler Nelson, who else but Tyler Nelson, puts it in. What a great cap-off to this game. Tyler Nelson scoring the empty net goal. And Maryville trying to do all they could to keep it out, but great effort by them this game, and that penalty still going to be on the board. It's going to be a Jayhawk power play.
So it's going to be Hollub with it now as he curls around, sent it back up. Breyer trying to force it back the other way. Now Feeney with it. Feeney just playing it off the boards as it's going to be cranked back the other way. 13 seconds left to go. now 10. As it's over to Nessa. Nessa, ill-advised pass, but he gets it right back. As it's going to be played up, it's going to head to the neutral zone. The clock will wind down. You can rock chalk that one up. Kansas punches their way into the championship game, and we will see you guys tomorrow. A great performance from the Jayhawks as they battled strong and take this one. The final score, 4-2. Goals coming from Medina and Nelson, and then Siddons, who had 2. As we will wait to see who we play tomorrow, as it'll be between Arkansas and Missouri. I'm Gabe Daniel alongside Ryan Cartman. We'll go ahead and sign off so we can get set up for that next game. Until then, we will see you guys tomorrow.